Imagine having so many high quality leads that you could actually be selective about who joins your fitness studio. I'm talking about members who stay longer, spend more, and bring their friends. There are 3 core systems you need in order to transform your studio's lead flow and membership growth. And most fitness studio owners are missing at least one, and it's costing them thousands of dollars in missed opportunities. I'm Alec, and after spending the past 8 years building membership growth systems and helping hundreds of fitness studios scale their membership base, I discovered something shocking. Out of the past 50 calls I've had with studio owners, only 3 had all of the core membership growth systems. The rest of the 47 owners were missing pieces and working twice as hard to get half the results comparatively. What would your studio look like with 50 new people walking through your doors every single month? In this video, I'm going to break down the exact 3-pillar system that's helping top fitness studios achieve exactly that. When it comes to lead generation, I want you to think of lead flow like a river. You see, most studio owners are trying to fill up their membership pool with a singular garden hose, when they could be using multiple hoses to create a powerful stream of leads. The big issue with having one source of leads is all of your eggs are in one basket. If the hose turned off, you'd have 0 leads and 0 growth. This is why it's critical to have multiple sources of lead generation running at all times. That way, if one source turns off, you still have other sources of lead generation. The first core system is going to be your organic traffic. These are your walk-ins, your Google searches, member referrals, and word-of-mouth leads. Now, to be honest, most studio owners think that organic traffic just kind of happens on its own. But here's what they're really missing. I recently worked with a studio in Delaware who was getting maybe 5 to 7 leads per month organically. After implementing what I call the local visibility stack, they're now generating 70 to 90 qualified leads every single month. And if you don't believe me, take a look at their stats from their website right now throughout November 2024. You can see that the average conversion of their website is 12.82%. They had 86 leads throughout that month, and they had 671 traffic visitors to their website. So here's what they did. First, they optimized their website. They placed keywords all throughout their site that people were actually searching for in their location. Then they turned their website into a funnel so it converts 10 to 12% of visitors into leads. And lastly, they optimized their Google My Business profile and flooded their listing with 5-star reviews. By taking a quick look at their website, you can see a number of these elements in place. For one, we can see some keywords already within this first section of the site. We can see a very clear call to action, which is the elements of a funnel that are going to get people to actually take action. So as soon as somebody clicks claim the spot here, it pops up a form and they can easily get access to this offer, which is allowing them to have such a high conversion rate on their website. If I pan over into a mobile view, you'll also notice that as I scroll down, they have a big clear call to action button that is hovering as people scroll down on their mobile view. It also has some clear information about exactly what services that they are offering. And as I keep scrolling down, there's a lot of guidance here in terms of exactly what people need to do to take action to actually sign up. And then of course, followed by testimonials to showcase, hey, if you come to this studio, you're going to get results just like these people did. The second thing they did to increase their organic traffic is they turned their existing members into a referral engine. In order to build a referral engine, you need 2 things. The first is to make sure that you have an incentive for your members to actually refer people. The second thing is timing of when you're asking for a referral. When asking for a referral, you want to pick strategic moments to leverage that increases your chances that the member will actually refer someone. An example would be after a member completed their 10th class. The reason this is a perfect moment is because after their 10th class or so, they should already be seeing and feeling some changes in their body. When someone starts to experience results and have a change in their appearance, this is really where those key moments live. The idea here is to catch them when they're in a euphoric state, they're really happy about the services so far and the results that they're achieving. Another great example would be right after their 1st or 2nd class. At this point, things are still new and fresh and they're full of motivation and excitement. You want to capitalize on these moments when they're most likely to refer. The third and last way they increase their organic traffic is they leverage something I call experience triggers. When you can truly transform a member's health and fitness, they're going to share it with their friends and family. How people talk about your business and the experience they have is what creates viral word of mouth. If you help a member lose 40 pounds and you post their transformation all over social media, not only will all their friends see this, but this person will continue to talk about your studio because you're the thing that helped them get their result. The more people you help, the more people will spread the word about your studio. With all of these three components combined, this is exactly how that studio is now able to generate 70 to 90 leads organically. The second core system is paid traffic, specifically through Facebook and Instagram ads. But here's where most studios actually get things wrong. You see, most are trying to model what other studios are doing, even though the demographics and locations are completely different. So what we do to consistently outperform other studios is use isolated variable testing. We don't assume to know which offer, headline, hook, or creative is best to run in any market. We run a series of tests on each element, starting with the offer. How this works is we take 5 offers and we run them all until we get 1,100 impressions on each individual ad. Whatever ad gets the most leads, we roll into the next round of tests where we try different hooks with the winning offer. So let's say, for example, a 21-day slim down for $21 was the winning offer. In our next hook test, we would run a test against the 21-day slim down with a different variation of that offer. For example, it could be a 21-day hourglass, a 21-day detox. You get the idea. From there, we move into testing different copies, different creatives, and this is an ongoing process where we're using data to make decisions, not our emotions on what we think is best. The reason most ads fail for studios is because they have no way of knowing what's actually working and what's not working. Most are just throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping that something is going to stick. The right way to do this is to learn after every single dollar spent until you narrow in on exactly what is working. Here's an example of an ad account right now where you can see the kinds of testing that are being done. In each of these individual ads, there is one element that's different, and you'll notice that our cost per lead over time actually gets better. You'll notice that we had one ad in and of itself generate over 400 leads for less than $5 a lead. The reason we were able to get such good results is because we're able to test one variable at a time to slowly narrow in on what's working until we end up with a creative like this that gets over 400 leads. Now, the reason we were able to find this creative is because of the testing process that we're going through. Each individual ad that we're running here has an isolated variable. In this case, these are all different creatives, different, images, different videos, in order for us to figure out what's working and what's not. And what you'll notice is if I start to sort these by highest to lowest, is we have a number of different creatives here with over 200 leads per creative. And the reason we're able to find these out is because of this testing process. The third core system is actually database reactivations. This is a hidden gold mine most studios are sitting on. You know all those leads that went cold, the ones who inquired but never actually joined the studio? They're not dead leads, they're just hibernating. One of our studio partners in Arizona generated an extra 51 memberships in 2 weeks by just running a reactivation campaign. And it's actually very simple to do. All they did was reach out to their cold leads with a 2-part text message sequence. Here's what the text messages look like. So this is the first one where essentially we reach out saying, hey, contact first name, it's Sophia from location. Just wanted to reach out and mention that our brand new program, whatever the name of the program is ending soon. Would you like a spot before it's gone? It's only $15. Now, what's really key about making this work is you need an irresistible offer. And so something that we like to do is we like to run a test on Facebook ads with a couple different offers to figure out which one might be appealing to a cold market. Once we have some data to suggest a winning offer, we take that offer and we run it in this reactivation play. Now, after this message sends, after about 28 minutes, we check to see if they replied. If they did reply, then of course our follow-up team reaches out to get them booked. If not, a second message sends that just says, if not, that's totally fine. If you could let me know yes or no, I would really appreciate it so I can offer the spot to someone else or save a spot for you. That's it. These are the exact messages that our clients sent in order to sign up 51 members in 2 weeks. Now, full disclosure, depending on the size of your list and how often you're nurturing them, your results are going to vary, but this is the general structure that you want to follow. Now, that's method number 1. You just take your list and every 3 months or so, you run a campaign like this. However, what we found to be more successful is actually having the system automatically running anytime a lead goes cold. This means the reactivation works on autopilot and is dependent on when each individual lead goes cold. Here's what that would look like. So taking a look at this dashboard here, this is high level. Essentially what happens here is anytime a lead gets put into the marketing system, they're going to be put into one of these pipelines depending on the actions that they're taking. So new lead, for example, is anybody who opted in through the website or through, the Facebook ads. If they're sitting in this pipeline stage for longer than 30 days, they're considered a cold lead, which means this person never replied to any text messages, they never booked an appointment, they never came to the studio, etc. And anybody who's sitting in any of these pipeline stages for longer than 30 days gets attributed as a cold lead. And so this is how we automate the reactivation process. Is in our automations, we actually have a system on the back end that is a stale pipeline opportunity. And so if anybody has been sitting in the new lead section here for longer than 30 days, they're going to trigger the series of events that occur. And so we remove all of their tags and then we add cold lead to their account. Now, what happens when cold lead gets added is we actually port them into a reactivation campaign, and this happens on autopilot. And so anytime somebody's sitting in any of these pipelines for longer than 30 days, it adds the cold lead tag, adds them into a reactivation, and it creates this drip effect where we now have organic leads coming in, we have Facebook ad leads coming in and Instagram ad leads coming in, and then we also have a drip from this reactivation that's getting more people to book appointments through the list of leads that isn't taking action. When all three of these streams are flowing at once, you create what I call lead flow momentum. If one stream slows down, the others keep your pipeline full. But more importantly, you're no longer dependent on any single source for your studio's growth. Plus, each of these three systems feeds the next. Ads are going to increase your brand awareness, which is going to lead to more people going to your website and becoming leads organically. And then, of course, all the leads from the ads and organic system that don't take any action feed the reactivation system. The goal is to have all of these things working in harmony, and so that way you have a consistent drip of leads every single month. If you're a studio owner who's looking to get a system like this built for you, you can click the link in the description and book a call with myself where I can walk through the entire marketing system step by step. Aside from that, if you got value from this video, please leave it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content to help you grow your fitness studio.